comes to your mind when you think of the word waste? Do you think of industrial waste from a factory, or maybe simply taking out the trash? How about the human-made waste we see in the natural environment like beaches, oceans, rivers, or forests? Now, what comes to your mind when you think of the term zero waste? Maybe that's something for businesses to figure out. Or maybe it's on us as individuals too. Does going zero waste mean that you have to give up your identities? Or it is something that we all could integrate into our own daily lives? Hi, I'm Namita Pandey. Welcome to IndianMoney.com, and today I've got you $1 million business idea that will not only help you save the environment but also help you earn a lot of money. Let me tell you, many CEOs have agreed that sustainability is important to their company or their business's success. So what exactly do we mean when we say green industry business? Well, a green industry business is the one that uses sustainable materials to make its products. Green industry businesses aim to use as little water, energy and raw materials as possible while cutting on the carbon emissions, or it finds ways to utilize these materials in renewable and eco-friendly ways. This business approach minimizes the company's strain on the natural resources and contributes to the climate change. In some cases, if the waste is generated, let's say, then it is reused as energy or the raw materials. So are you wondering if it's really possible to set up a business that generates zero waste and also earns a lot of profit? Yes. Zero Waste Juice Center. This is a very unique idea. So how did you get this idea and what it is?
See, it all started with garbage. Okay, it's easier to go and tell people not to throw garbage and all of that. My shop, when my dad was running it, it used to generate a lot of waste. I said, if I have to go tell people not to generate waste, I should first be the person to be not generating waste. Like how they say charity begins at home. So cleanliness begins at our own shop first. So what we did was we looked at how much generation of garbage was there from our shop and we tried to reduce it. And a simple solution that we came up with after I met up with Vani Murthy from the Solid Waste Management Roundtable, she said, just say no to anything that is single-use disposable. And that's how it started. So 27th of March 2018, we decided to ban any single-use disposable. And that's how a kind of revolution started here in Bangalore. And then on, we became India's first zero-waste juice bar, generating no waste at all.
This is today a very unique business, right? So can anyone start this? How impactful is this business?
See, anybody can start any kind of business, and particularly this, mine is not just a juice shop. Okay, we don't call ourselves a juice shop. We call ourselves a waste engineering center, because everything around is about how not to generate waste. And if anybody is interested in zero waste living, minimalistic living, welcome. They can always do this.
Okay, so why should one actually open a juice center?
Now, I would say that, going forward, I think if we are looking at sustainable cities, so that's what is called as cities of future, because how many cities are there left where one can live? There aren't many. So you have water problems, you have garbage, you have pollution, you have traffic, you have so many things. No city is a livable city that way. So in future, if cities are being planned, they have to be sustainable cities. How waste not being generated, how to make use of resources. So all this is very important. So every city has to now move to sustainability, reduce as much garbage as possible. And I think we have set the tone right, and every city should have one Eat Raja, because we don't add on to any more garbage. And that's what we are very proud of.
Okay. So would you like to tell our viewers more about the advantages of being a zero waste juice center?
Many. If you want, you can jot down and start checking all those things. One, so the very first, zero waste, which means that you're not generating any waste at all, which means you're not adding to any more tons of piles of garbage that Bangalore or any other city would be seeing. So which in itself is a good thing. And also, now that you're not generating any garbage, which means that you're also not generating carbon footprint. To transport the waste from one to another place, the vehicles are required then to burn them or do whatever. There's a lot of work being done around that. But here at my shop, many of the fruits are in such beautiful way presented that they can drink and eat. That's about it. So you become the waste composter. So you just eat it and finish. That's it. There's no waste being generated. So there is more cleanliness around. And there's also the sense of accountability. how accountable is each person in generating waste? When you drink our cucumber lime juice and eat it, you're not generating waste. You become a zero hero. That's another reason why you should do it. You have to be the zero hero. You have to be a role model. We just don't need one film actor or one politician to be the role model anymore.
Right.
Everybody has to be a real zero hero. So everybody is accountable. So I would say it should be there. Everyone should get into it. In fact, I'm in talks with certain government people. We should make it mandatory that every area should have one, because by looking and seeing, people start understanding how waste is not being generated. We are a fantastic example of how waste is not just generated. We can make money out of waste. So many people think, many people come and ask me, it's like, okay, are you able to break even? I'm like, boss, you don't know how much money I make, and I don't want to tell it also. But the thing is, like, yeah, what other business can give you just name, money, and the satisfaction above all? For me, it's always, passion over price or money. So passion over paisa is what we say. So I feel that I'm extremely passionate about how we need to do business. And yeah, money will come on its own way. We are making money. We have got enough name. And what more? We are so satisfied doing what we are doing.
Okay. Now, talking about money, how profitable is this business? And
see, any business for that matter has to be profitable. Otherwise, there's no sustainability in that. So if you're not making like 2x, 3x money after your investment, then it's a total loss. We are making good amount of money.
Okay.
Imagine we are making good amount of money, name, at the same time, we are being discussed as one of those futuristic startups. And that's a great thing to be part of.
Okay.
How many such juice bars are there that are being talked about these days? Not many. And we are not just a juice bar, we are a waste engineering juice bar. Our waste gets engineered. We generate money from waste. So we are viral, we are futuristic, we are vegan, we are minimalistic, we are carbon neutral, we're going to be carbon negative. So whatnot, these are all things that are very unique. I'm very happy that we enjoy the privilege of being called all of these. No other juice center, not quite yet, at least in India.
So if we talk about the ROI, which is return on investment, how much can a person expect?
I haven't calculated in numbers, but there's a good amount of... See, we are a social impact startup. You can't measure us just with money. How would you rate, like when we're gifting memories for a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old kid who's having his juice? What he is consuming is no more juice. It's an ethic that he is learning. And he's going to cherish this for the next 30, 40, 50 years of his life. You can't obviously measure that with money. So if you are looking at that, our investment in itself was those moments that we have given to them as gift. And they are going to cherish. As a brand, we are going to survive for 50 years. So if you were to calculate all of these things, we are like quite a rich brand in that way.
Okay. Now, talking about what are the basic things that a person needs to keep in mind before they start their juice center?
Location of the juice center, where are you going to be putting up your juice bar, and whom are you catering to? You need to understand your audience. So we are very beautifully located between two temples. So many times we have upwas juice, because there are a lot of people who are doing fasting. But the same probably might not work outside a college or something like that, because they might look at some fancy things. So I'll probably put my dragon fruits over there because they look very colorful, they're very insta-worthy, and people love to come. More than our juices being consumed physically, it's consumed digitally. Like how this is also being done. Many people who do not know us, but they already know us. They've already seen our juices. They come to our shop. So which means that I've successfully sold the juice digitally. It's just that the physical part needs to be satisfied and people come to have it. So it's good. One, you need to know the location, your audience, and how much money do you have, and above all, how much time you're going to be putting in over there dedicatedly. Because it's important that if you are passionate about the job, you can drive it through the ceiling.
How much is the minimum amount required to start a basic juice center?
See, even in our franchisee models, we have a lot of models, because there are many people who want to just start off small, some who want to start off with a very fancy outlet and all of that. So it depends on how you would want to do that. We have recently come up with another, looking at how the real estate is so expensive. I had been to Mumbai to set up an outlet, then I found it's too expensive in terms of real estate. So we came up with the most smallest outlet, which is called as the coffin box module. So even if you want, you can also start off in a 6 by three area space as well. So that was one of the ideas to just battle the real estate problem.
Okay.
That apart, if you have a good shop of your own, you can start off with a minimal investment of say about 1 or 2 lakhs. Otherwise, if people are picking up a franchisee, it may cost them between 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, depends on that.
Okay, okay. So when a person who's just starting for the first time, if they are starting in a small scale, then?
I would always suggest that test the waters before you do any kind of a thing. So if they want, they can start off in a small way, and then once they become popular, they can of course branch out or make a bigger branch.
Okay. So when you started, how much was your initial investment?
Mine is a totally different case. Okay? I'll tell you why. Because my father used to run this shop earlier.
yes.
So I was already working in radio and I had no clue of business.
Okay.
So in fact, I keep telling people that even with zero knowledge, zero business and zero capital investment, you can start off. Provided you already have a juice center or something like that. If you already have a juice center, then all you need to do is just change the process in between. That's all. And then you're good to roll.
So is it possible that a person rents out a place and they can start this business?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay,
Because
so
first thing is that you need to have a shop for yourself. You need to have certain amount of capital for running your businesses, because you have to pay your daily rents and employee charges, and of course inventories and all of that.
Okay. So is it better to rent a place or to own that place?
Majority of us don't own places, so I think renting is a good option. You can choose to rent anywhere depending on the location that you want it. For example, I want to set it outside of maybe a college. I may not have property over there, but you can rent it out very easily.
Okay. So how much would the cost come up to if I'm renting out a place?
In Bangalore, if anyone wants to take a shop, I would say minimum of 15,000 rupees as rent. Say about 10 times, that is about 1.5 lakh as deposit. But then the company also offers franchisee, in which the franchisee amount is about 3 lakh rupees, and setting up, marketing, all of them another 3 lakh. So anywhere between 6 to 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, depending upon your budget, you can always set up a good juice bar.
How much of expenses is incurred when they are starting this business?
In any juice center business, the per day expenses could be, it depends on the summer and the winter seasons also. Normally in summer, there are lots of fruits that are required, so your investment is going to be more. On other parts of the year, it's a little lesser. So to run a juice shop for a week, maybe if you're selling like about 100 juices per day or 200 juices per day, your expenditure for that week could be about say 10,000 rupees, 5,000, 10,000, depending on what kind of fruits do you source. And the earnings from that could be 3 times more. So you make a good amount of profit as well with the juices.
Well, it's summer already, and as the summer season reaches its peak, people resort to the various means of quenching their thirst, be it through the homemade drinks or innovatively prepared exotic fruit concoctions. Quite a number of seasonal fruits are effective in this regard and helping in keeping everyone well hydrated. Customers across the socio-economic spectrum relish the various forms of juices available as the demand skyrockets given the extent of the soaring temperatures. Not just in summer, let me tell you, the demand for fresh fruit juice is also soaring because these days people have become more conscious about the eating as well as drinking healthy, especially post the COVID-19 pandemic. In context to the growing health awareness among consumers, the need to stay healthy and fit, the consumption of balanced diet, the influence of the foreign consumption patterns, and the aversion towards benefits of the originally grown exotic fruits, the fruit juice business has been booming in the country. The fruit juice business has been spurring besides the competition from the alcoholic beverages and the soft drinks because of the rise in the disposable income of the diet-conscious consumers. Thus, fresh fruit juice business or the shop is a great opportunity for any entrepreneurs who is trying to start any kind of new business with low investments. The investment in capital, equipment and raw materials could be low or high depending on the scale of business that you're planning to start. But overall, the fruit juice business has low capital investment required to quickly break even owing to the high profit margins. The beverage market in India is mostly profitable business in the country. thereby giving you all the very reason to get your toes dipped in this business. But before you go ahead and start your own zero waste juice center, I recommend you and I suggest you that you watch this entire course that's available only on our Freedom app. So hurry up and download Freedom app from Play Store or App Store. Also, before going, do not forget to hit on the like button, subscribe to our channel for more such financial content, and do not forget to hit on the bell icon to get notified for our next video. Thank you for watching IndianMoney.com. Get wise, break free.